everybody, welcome to another edition of My Wisconsin. Today I am at the Wings and Wheels celebration here at the Burlington Regional Airport here in Burlington, Wisconsin, which is western Racine County. You can see behind me, they have plenty of planes for me to take a look at. I'm going to see if I can get some of the planes flying about, taking off and landing. So we're going to look at the planes and possibly even some vintage cars. Here comes one now. Thank you.
I will explain my real business right. It means your brand. Buy me a business shade. I'll say it again. You're the fairest in the land.
So I'm going to get some shots of some of the planes taking off and walk around a bit. Maybe I get a chance to even talk to one of the plane owners and find out all about his airplane. Let's see what happens. Wish me luck. Okay, who might you be and what you got here?
My name is Dale Sievers, and this is a Hatz biplane. It's custom built, originally designed by John Hatz up in north central Wisconsin back in the early 1960s. I built this airplane myself from scratch from a set of drawings that were created as a result of his effort. It took about 5 years to finish, and it's all built from raw material from the ground up. I have won some awards with it. It's
awesome. Have you gone up to the EAA up in Oshkosh?
I have. As a matter of fact, last year I received the Charles Lindbergh Champion Award.
Really?
Yes.
That's cool.
Quite an honor to receive that.
So I don't know hardly anything about airplanes. Like, can you tell me like the speed of the airplane when you're flying?
Absolutely. This airplane is a slow flying docile type airplane.
Yeah.
It travels right around 90 miles an hour up in the air.
Yeah.
The engine is a little unique. It's a Rolls-Royce engine. It was built by Rolls-Royce in England.
Yeah.
And it was built for the Frank-built Cessna 150s back in the day. A buddy of mine hooked me up in Paris.
In Paris?
So you don't see them here very often in the United States. They're never actually sold here. That's the engine story.
Can I walk around and take a look at the cockpit and the fuselage of the airplane?
Yes.
And
the fuselage is welded tubing, and the wings are made out of wood. It's all covered with Dacron fabric.
yeah.
And the paint on it's a polyurethane.
And it's considered an experimental airplane?
It is experimental.
Okay. And that falls right into the EAA regulations, rules, and all that?
It does.
That is so cool. And you say this is Dacron?
It's Dacron.
So okay if I touch that?
Yeah, go ahead.
So it's basically a frame covered in Dacron, so in a real traditional style of biplanes, eh?
That's right.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you taking a few seconds of your time to show me your airplane. Pretty cool, guys. Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, thanks, Dale, for showing me your airplane. That was really fascinating. I hope to see him get up in the air. Let's go check out some other of the airplanes here out on the tarmac. And as I swing the camera around, you can see there are plenty of planes in the hangars for me to observe just yet. So I got a lot to see here. Alright, the wind noise you hear is from the airplane. I'm directly in its wind wash. You get the honor of putting them back, taking them apart and putting them back together, then flying, right? Yep. What is this?
This is a North American T-28 B model. They made an A model, B model, C model. I think a couple editions, like a D model as well. It's not 55.
This is Korean War vintage?
Yep. Yep.
I didn't realize they had prop planes in the Korean War, but I thought it was mostly jets.
No, a lot of prop planes.
Did they have a lot of prop planes back in that time?
Yep. The Korean War was like the blossoming of the jet age.
Yeah, back into the leap, the big leap into the jet
Yep.
age back then. You know.
What is it,
This is almost like a
J-33.
51.
Yeah.
Isn't that the J-33, the one with the big nose and the big scoop in the front?
Big tip tanks on it.
Yeah, cool.
They went to the F-86 and then the F-100 jets.
Those were the Phantoms, weren't they? Or was that the French ones?
F-4 was the Phantom.
Okay, wasn't that a French one or was that an American plane?
It's American.
Was it an American plane? Wow, this is so bloody cool. I have to put my hand in the camera. It is just above my head. Let me see if I can spin the camera around. So you can see that's where I'm at, standing under this plane. Wow. I want to get over to the one right behind this plane here. Let me walk through. Jackpot plane. Neat. See if I can get up to the tag here and get an idea of what she looks like. I don't know what it says, so I'll have to look at it after I film this. Maybe you'll be able to get a clear shot.
120, 160, and then the thing's going almost a mile a minute.
Covington Aircraft Engines Incorporated. Wow. This is cool because when I was up at the Air Museum up in Oshkosh, I wasn't able to get this close to the airplanes. And this is really, really cool. Alright, I'm going to go over to the next hangar. This is actually the best place to be. It's in the shade. Alright, if you want to know what a jet motor looks like, they got the back of the plane off right here. And let's get a close-up look at what a jet engine looks like. Wow. I'm in the hangar next door to the one I was just in a moment ago, and we're getting a chance to look at the engines and planes in here. I don't know if you can see up in there. Now this is something you don't see very often in plane design. There's no upright wing. If anybody knows what that's called, I don't. It's got two V-shaped wings. Cool. And some of my friends in Canada and Australia, or even over in Europe, will recognize what that symbol is for the British Air Force. The plane adjacent to it's got a step to take a look, as well as the other one. So I'm going to get a chance to go up in the cockpit. Let me pause the camera. We'll go here we go. Do this without holding my balance while I'm filming. The ultimate in analog, huh? Well, at least the seat looks comfy. And there is a seat in the back. And he's got a stick also, so I wonder if one or the other would fly the plane if need be. And I'm looking here at the sticker, and it doesn't say what it is. Oh well. Let's go over and look at the next plane that's got the back end. Wow, so cool. Alright guys, let's go check another plane in the next hangar. Alright, I'm back out in the sun on the tarmac here. We're looking at an Avion Max Holst French Army's Le Broussard, or the Buzzard. Built 1962, a utility aircraft. 450 horsepower, 6,000 pounds, payload 2,500 pounds. Cruising speed at 130 miles an hour. It's below it says here that the Broussard still has a role in the French Army. Wow, cool. Max Holst, Le Broussard. Say if I'm saying my French right. Wow. It doesn't quite have the accommodations as modern aircraft, of course, but it is for the services. Now, you gotta look at the angle this thing is sitting at. I'm actually down on the ground looking up. So if you're in the pilot's seat, you're looking at the sky when you're taxiing. I wonder how they see. They must look out the side window. Let me back up so you guys can get a view of the angle this thing is sitting at. I don't know if the camera's picking it up or got a good perspective, but yeah, that's cool. Alright, I'm going to go look at some of the classic cars. A lot of them are actually taking off for the afternoon. So let me get over there quick before the rest of them leave and maybe get some good shots of some good, cool classic cars. So let's go over. Awesome. What year body is this?
1930.
1930. Is it a Ford body?
Yeah. Yeah, all steel.
That is freaking cool. All steel on wood frame, or is that just wood frame supports in there?
Wood frame supports.
Cool.
The original wood that's in the doors is the wood that was in the doors in 1930. Any wood that's here is here. Any wood that's not is...
So this is original wood right here.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's awesome. Windows are gone?
Yeah. Yeah, it's an air-conditioned ride.
All right, guys. So you saw in the previous shot, the owner came up and he's given me permission to ask him a couple questions. So let's see what he has to say. And who might you be?
My name's Cody Steele.
Corey Steele?
Cody.
Cody, I'm sorry. Hi, Cody. My name's Brian, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure. Would you mind telling me about your rat rod here?
It's a 1930 Ford Model A. It's an all-steel body. It's still on original Model A rails. It's got a 327 Chevy with a 350 heads on it. 4-barrel intake with a Holley 650. It's got a 67 Camaro Nova rear end. I'm still not sure. They were all the same years anyway.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, I decided to go a little bit different for fuel. Originally they were up here.
Yeah.
And the electronics were kind of connected to the fuel tank as well.
Oh.
So I decided to go away from the ignition being on the gas tank.
They don't quite get along too well, do they?
Not at all. Spark and gas don't go too well. So yeah, so like you've seen in the video before, it's actually in the back. I built it one piece at a time, like the Johnny Cash song said. You know, it's just kind of here, there. It took me about 2.5 years.
Yeah. Did you source parts from like junkyards and things like that?
Actually, believe it or not, a lot of it was in our garage. We've done a few builds before, where it's been 48 Fords, it's been 40 Fords, it's been a lot of Fords, but we've had a lot of extra parts left over.
So you are no stranger to building cars.
Yeah, not as extensive as this. So this is my first ever ground up frame off.
Wow.
But like if you were to say I found the seats at a junkyard.
Yeah.
These seats are out of my buddy's 1980 Bronco that I took out. This seat is out of a 1985 Mack truck. It's actually the passenger seat.
Oh, really? So
the Mack truck's never really seen much passenger use.
Yeah.
So they stay really, really nice. And it's actually really comfortable, but it's like brand new when I bought it.
Cool.
And so these were free. This
Yeah.
is $10 on Craigslist.
$10. Oh my goodness.
I believe the gas tank was, I bought it actually last year at this exact show.
Oh, really?
Here for $10. Cut it out, took all the rust out of it. Basically made it the tank that it is today.
Far out. Now does that gauge work?
Yes.
Does it really?
Yeah. It sticks a little bit at halfway, but if you get a little bump, it'll go back over.
It'll crack back open again, huh?
Exactly.
So it must be pretty interesting to get up at a gas station and reach in through the window to fill the fuel, huh?
Yeah, I get a few weird looks. The first weird look is the car, and then the second weird look is where's he putting the gasoline?
Wow. So can you drive this at highway speeds, or is it pretty wobbly?
Yeah, it was about an hour drive getting here. We took 43 the whole way up.
So you can take highway speed pretty comfortably, huh?
Absolutely.
Cool. And what is the transmission?
It is a 350, TH350 trans.
5-speed, 4-speed?
It's just an automatic.
Oh, it's an automatic.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's an automatic. It's just a cruiser. I didn't build it to be a race car. I built it to build it, drive it, enjoy it was my motto when I built this.
Well, yeah, you know, that's what a lot of these were for. And gosh, I can only imagine our predecessors, your predecessors back in the 40s and 50s building these. You're following the tradition, basically.
Yeah.
That is cool. And the speedometer does work. That's original?
Yep.
That is amazing.
It's not original, but it's original aftermarket. Basically that's like a 1950s. They stopped making Stuart Warner in the 60s, and Stuart Warner's actually out of Chicago.
Oh.
They stopped making that style gauge. They're just now starting to remanufacture because everybody's getting back into the older school stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's the only junkyard part. The only real true junkyard part is the speedometer gauge. Not the gauge itself, but the actual housing behind it. This actual right here, I found in a shopping cart in a junkyard.
In a shopping cart?
In a shopping cart in a junkyard, along with Ford Pinto taillights and a whole bunch of other weird random stuff. But that,
wow.
I believe, is the only true junkyard part.
I gotta ask you, when I came up, the first thing that caught my attention is your overflow.
Yes, yes.
Now, is that, you think, a period bottle, or is that something that you picked up?
That is a recent reproduction they've done of Do Shine. And my story behind that is you see people with the Jägermeister cars, you see people with their Corona overflows.
Yeah.
Their alcohol is pretty typical.
Yeah.
Well, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do alcohol, I don't do anything like that.
Good man.
But Mountain Dew is my one affliction.
That is your vice, huh?
Exactly, that's my one vice. And so I decided to, and it's the right color. So I decided to put it right there.
Yeah, it works perfect.
Period, you know, 1930, the dew,
Yeah.
everything, the dew shine, Mountain Dew, moonshine, everything. It just kind of fits.
Cool.
So, and it always draws smiles.
Yeah, that's what I was coming across the way. That I was like, oh God, I gotta look at that. That is so cool, just because of the bottle.
Exactly. And I'll park next to, like, my neighbor has a 69 Camaro, 454 big block, has about $6 grand just in motor alone.
Oh my goodness.
And we'll go next to each other at a show, and this car will draw more looks than ever.
All right, guys. Thank you, Cody. Thank you very much for showing me your car. This is really cool. All American, sourcing parts wherever you get them, and building it the way you like it. Remember that. Do what you want.
No apologies.
No apologies. Thanks, Cody.
Thank you.
I appreciate you giving me a tour of your car.
No problem.
All right.
Anytime.
Take care. All right, a couple more cars. Everybody's starting to take off for the afternoon. We have ourselves a 1946 Dodge built in 1968. So wow, this is vintage 68 redo. Very cool. I'm gonna go over next door to the next truck, see what it is. And what is this vehicle here? Kind of looks like a Willys. Let's go over to the other side. There is a sign. It is indeed a Willys, the original station wagon. That's so cool. Guys can't probably hear me, but it is really loud. Here it goes. Sorry about the wind. I'm in the wash of the props. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the tour of the Wings and Wheels celebration here at the Burlington Airport. I had a great time, saw some really cool stuff. I want to say thanks to Dale for letting me see his airplane up close and giving me a description of it. And I had a great time looking at the rat rod as well. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was really cool. Where's my Wisconsin going from here? I talked about it in the update series that there may be some Oktoberfests coming up, and I'm also considering going and checking out a powwow. So we'll see how the schedule lays out and see what I got in my plans. I don't plan things too far ahead, but you never know. So thanks for watching My Wisconsin. Remember to like and subscribe, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And we'll see you next time. See you out there.